Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 4, Episode 37. Just had to think what season it was then. That's really difficult for me sometimes, I always forget. Anyway, yeah, welcome back. Last episode, we made iron. We have got some spare iron here. And we've got another bloom here, which needs processing. There's loads of iron left in the system, and, you know, we've kind of pretty much done everything we're going to do with iron for, well, not done everything we're going to do with iron. I need to make iron tools. We need to make iron things and lots of iron stuff. We also need to go and get another sheep at some point, but the baby pigs are definitely growing up. Look at them. Bacon for days. So, this episode, I'm conscious that what we really need to be thinking about doing now is a couple of things. I need a bedroom. I need a storage room. Bedroom is going to be relatively simple, and I'm thinking that I may come off this way and just pop it out here. Just a small 5x5 room off the kitchen, and we come through the kitchen in the morning, get breakfast, and off through here, off either down to the farm or to the workroom, and off we go. And then the storage room is going to be off this way, except for over here. I think this is going to be, I'm going to recess this further back, because I need to get some oil, get the oil out of it first. But I want to take this back for maybe 3, so it's further back, and then I want to have a storage room off of here for these. And lots of digging, lots of mining. So I think one of the things I want to do is start off with maybe getting the basics in and taking it from there. I just need to find if I've got any more of these. I have. There we go. So yeah, I think bedroom first. Over this way, fairly small. I'm not going to bother any of the windows in it. It is just going to be a bedroom. In fact, should I? Yeah, I suppose I should actually. Yes, I definitely should. And yeah, I'm a bachelor. I don't need to worry about doors and things, do I? What I do need to worry about is that. Thank you. So, yeah, we'll get that in, and I shall be with you in a moment. Alright, we're interrupting this program to make a little bit few tools. Specifically, I'm going to make a scythe. I've been doing the saplings for a while, and I think we probably, well, I want to process up this bloom. I think is going to be the quickest way of doing things. Or rather, certainly not the quickest, but probably the easiest. I should also milk the cows, which I forgot to do. So we're going to get this up. I'll get the ingots done if I can find. Where are my ingot molds? There. And from there we should be able to make up a scythe. I'm also going to make up I'm probably going to make a sword and I don't know, an axe, maybe not a sword. I may wait to the next tier before I go for sword. Similarly with these large weapons, they can probably wait a little bit. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking with this is going to have a little hobbit hole like window just poking out over here-ish, and then we'll just have just a little bit poking out here. But I need some chestnut. I could go and sit there and punch the leaves until I get the saplings. I think the scythe is probably the faster and better thing, and we need one anyway. So I'll get that done, and again, I shall be back in a little while. Alright, got 2 left. I was going to make a sword. I'm not going to bother. I'm just keeping them warm in the moulds in there, so we can make what we do need to make. We need to make one of these gears, which is going to be that. And then this last one, I think I'm just going to cool off. I can't think of anything I desperately want to make, so yeah, we'll just call that and have done with. Made a scythe, made a hammer, made an axe, made a pick, and made those. I did think about the sword, but obviously that's a double ingot anyway, so it's not like we will always find a use for this stuff, trust me in this. So we've got a wrought iron pick, we have got a wrought iron axe. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. We've got a hammer which will replace that one. In terms of if I'm fighting, I suppose that's still better than that, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got you, which is the scythe. Now we need to go and put some of this stuff away. Oh, we also need to eat and sleep quickly. Put that hammer on there, that's my hammer. Pop the axe away. Pop the pick away for now because we don't need it. Now I believe, well, I don't believe, I've tested it. I was told, thank you for the comments there, that the vein miner is available at iron level, and absolutely right. I can now be using an iron pick vein mine ores, which is well, it's great. Let's face the facts. These we're going to come back to. I'm going to put them somewhere important. God only knows where, but somewhere important. Like, man, tell you what, I've got so much crap, it's untrue. I'm going to stick those here, and we will come back to those in a moment. We need to drink and eat, and then go and grab some chestnut. Okay, let me just go and grab a sandwich. Lovely, yum num num. Great, and yeah, so we can now go out, and at least now, rather than having to go and do this the hard way, I can just come in here and go, I want you. And the drop rate is apparently lower, but obviously it's considerably less effort. Or not, as the case may be. So yeah, I'm going to get this done. Back in a bit. And my saw has just broken. Just was making the last few changes to the roof here. Getting the bits in, but I've got this little hobbit hole thing going on here. This is going to have a little bit of something going on like that, I think. Obviously those will move eventually as well, but my saw just broke, which means I can't make any more planks until we get that sorted, which is great because that's just what I wanted. But before we do anything else amongst those lines, we do need to do several things. One, take this lot out. This lot is gone. I don't really think we need to worry about it anymore, and that can come out as well. Yeah, it's time to put a bed in the bedroom. Not a lot to it as yet, of course. It's just a basic shape, but at least here we can set our spawn, and you know, we're straight into the kitchen where we shall, you know, grab breakfast on the way through. And yeah, but it's early autumn, so it occurs to me that I should probably go and harvest all of these crops that we've got growing down here, because otherwise we may end up somewhat the worse for. Wow, look at all them squid. Those I haven't got rid of the hats mod, but come here, you. Give me your lovely ink sacs, thank you. I think the rest have all managed to get well below the level, haven't they? Oh well, bit of black ink's never. I'm not going to sniff at it. So yeah, I'm going to harvest all this lot before we do anything else, and you know, we'll we'll see what we can do in terms of, well, we're not going to be able to make a farm any closer to the base anytime soon, but oh, we really should have emptied my inventory, shouldn't I? Tell you what, that's going to be too heavy as well though. Hang on, right, I've got some dirt in there, and that has got hematite in it. So if I take my hematite and go and put my dirt in, and maybe that and that for now, then that gives me a completely empty vessel, doesn't it, in which to store seeds. There we go. Oh, completely empty vessel in which to store seeds, and then he only puts half the seeds in. So yeah, we've got a fair amount of work to do around the place. And of course the next thing we do need to do before we do anything is start on the storage room, because that's what I promised, so that's what we're going to do. Right, bell peppers. Stack, 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 stack. There we go. Let me finish this lot off and I shall be back with you in a moment. Alright, just making a saw. Saw blade, saw blade. Oh, that's actually surprisingly easy, he says, failing. There we go, saw blade. I thought saw blades were harder somehow, but clearly not. Anyway, that gives us a nice iron saw with which we can continue building with. I've started going this direction and I am in two minds about how I want to do this. So we have storage drawers, or not, and they exist in the usual standard colours and stuff. Now, how do we make them? Let's see, that, hang on, that was acacia, and that is TerraFirmaCraft acacia. That's birch, dark oak. You see, dark oak doesn't exist, so I'm wondering if we can just use any plank block. Let's give it a try, shall we? It can't be terra firma, surely. Spruce, birch, kapok, acacia. Maybe it is, you know. Of course, the other way of doing it is we can go with the framed drawer and the framing table, which we still need something, but I'm sure I can find spruce. Or can I? Because that's pine, isn't it, outside? Difficult questions. We need to answer them as well. Chestnut. Chestnut blocks. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I've got 4, I need 5. Have I got can I go? Oh, I've got maple. That might do the trick. Let's just see what happens if we do that. Nothing. Damn it. It actually does want the material types. Well, that's going to be a bit of a swine, isn't it? Storage may have to wait until I can find the right trees. Right, so next question, have I actually seen any of these? And do any of these actually spawn in structures? Hickory, chestnut, that's all this stuff. Pine is not spruce. Sequoia is not anything useful. Alright, let's go and have a look at some of the structures in the world. Because this could be a right royal pain in the backside otherwise. See, these are pine, these are definitely not spruce, are they? These are pine. See, chestnut, sequoia. None of these helping, it has to be said. Now, there is this structure over here which is made up of a whole load of different woods. And I do want to try and dismantle it a little bit as well. Because, well, I just needed to double check something. What do we use blaze rods for? Printing press, track relayer, chunk loader activator, blaze powder, that's used for fire charger. If you can hear the wind, by the way, I apologise. And potion brewing and vats and enchanter. Not the end of the world. Now, I happen to know that in these buildings there is a blaze spawner, 2 creeper spawners, 2 skeleton spawners and 2 spider spawners in these barns, because I have deconstructed one in a test world just to see what was in it. But I never really thought to check what wood it was made out of, and I've got a sneaking suspicion that that is acacia. No, it's ash. Maple and ash. Carpenter's wedges. Oh, okay. And there's a zombie about. Damn it. Right, so if they're not going to help, what else is there in the world that may help? Not a sequoia tree, that's for certain. Kapok would be the one that we would want for that. I'm trying to think where I've seen what trees as well, because we make a note of all the ores and everything we locate, but I have to say my tendency is to not make a note of trees, and that's going to be a bit of a pain in the bum, isn't it? See, I think that is just another pine tree. Just looks different, or slightly different. Yeah, it's definitely not spruce, because that's a different looking wood. Okay, I need to think about this. Let me have a little think. Let me have a little sleep, and maybe we'll go and check out some of those. Well, we'll have to go and have a hunt around for the trees, won't we? There's no other option really. We can check the map, make sure that we haven't seen any elsewhere on our travels, but I can also check my saplings chest to see if I've got any, but I'm fairly certain I haven't. Fairly certain we haven't, because again that's ash, isn't it? Yeah. A tricky. I've got a sequoia. Oh, I've got an oak. Douglas fir, white elm. I've got an oak. Problem is, that's really not a good. Well, I'm going to get it planted. I will get it planted, but I'm going to have to go and hunt it because it's only one tree, and it's not going to give me anywhere near what I need. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. All right. First thing, so I had prepared for a road trip, but I realised that there are possibly the right woods in these structures here. My God, that wind is blowing up a gale outside. So we will just double check to make sure that none of these are any of the kind of woods we want. Hey, spruce, maple, chestnut, spruce. I prepared for a road trip. We will have to go on one at some point, but not today. Let me just slow down, and hup. Wow, really? Is that a thing? Okay, fine. What have we got in here anyway? Framing table, take it. Frame drawers, take that. Well, while we're here, we might as well take all the stuff then. I don't know whether we're going to... No, we're not. We're going to have to do this one at a time. That's a shame. But anyway, that is one headache avoided. What did we get there? 3. Wow. Really, that is a thing, is it? We are going to... I'm going to... It's an ingot of copper. But at least this will give us an immediate fix to our problem. And we can go off and do a road trip maybe next time. I do like road trips. I think road trips are great fun in TFC. They are the opportunity to go out. And I do need to head out back towards spawn anyway for kimberlite for the diamonds. Because at some point we're going to want to get into enchanting, and we're going to need diamonds for that. Because much like vanilla, this is going to require the same. It requires 2 flawless diamonds to make an enchanting table. Wow, really? That's the thing as well, is it? You're going to screw me out of my hard-earned logs. Okay, fine. Well, it looks like I've got the solution to the problem anyway. It's not necessarily a very good solution, but it's a good temporary solution, and it will at least see us. Well, it would do if they stopped dropping everywhere. But come on, gimme. No. Oh well. We'll get them. No, we won't. And I'll get what I can, and we'll be back in a bit. Alright. Well, crisis semi-averted. Has that just tried to connect? It hasn't. That's fine. This is your framing table, and obviously you can put these frames in. The idea is we can put any block we like on them. So the question is, do I do a long corridor with lots of drawers in and a drawer controller to cope with our bulk items, the rhyolite rocks, the sands, the various rock types, and then have chests on the other side? I'm not entirely sure what the best solution here is going to be, but I do know if we do that, we can do something like we can take some of you, for example, and we can place you in on the, let me get this right, that's there, yep. So we can give it a rock face. We can then go with whatever we want, really. We could give it a sand if we wanted for its thing. We can really just let our imaginations run away with us. So if we had lots of smooth basalt, for example, we could use that. I don't think I've got. What we could do with use actually is the quartzite as the right way around. Hang on. Yeah, so that kind of way around, and then maybe give it, if we really wanted to, give it a wooden trim, or, well, any kind of trim really, but let me go with, just trying to see what we've got kicking around. Chestnut trim, maybe. I don't know whether what this will look like. It'd probably look vile. Yeah, I actually do quite like that, however, as a very simple solution to this, because we can pull that out, and that can go straight into the wall here, and it just blends in nicely, and then we can just pop the rhyolite rock in there, and we can go in here and grab rhyolite all day long and keep on popping it in. And you can see that's got 3 stacks with a 32 stack limit as standard. And I think that is potentially a solution for storage down on one side of this wall with, you know, that kind of going on. That is my thought. It's not necessarily, oh, that's granite rock. I don't want granite rock. That's marble, rhyolite, rhyolite. But that kind of works. You know, what more can you say about it? We've got the rocks. We can stick in also the smooth version and maybe those in the actual split ones. Let's have a look then at draw. So if I were to go and make these, which is basically whatever block we want in the middle. Actually, you seem to be taking any old plank for those. Maybe that's what we should be doing then. Let me just go and grab those for a second. No. Oh yeah, that might be a solution then. So we can go and get one of those out. And pop it in. That gives us the double, which allows me to, let me just get rid of that. Go in here and go, I want some smooth rhyolite. Well, there's one of the things we might want to stash with it. Like that. There's our smooth rhyolite. What do you think? And we've got 4, so we can double up going higher with that. I think that might be a solution. Question. That must therefore work with any old chest if we do the framed ones. Oh, so this is actually, we don't need to worry about that. We work with framed drawers and we're laughing. Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm good with that. Let me just check. If I wanted the drawer controller, can I use a framed or does it need to be a fancy? Probably that. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got these. We probably need them for this as well because I don't think they're going to work with framed ones either. But that's fine because we've got the wrought iron. We can do the gold, which is 3 times. Obsidian, I don't know whether we can, there's even a way we can get obsidian, is there? Then maybe. Diamond will take the diamonds from kimberlite, which is another thing, and obviously emeralds will take emerald. But these are probably the best we're going to manage. But then again, I don't think we're ever going to have the quantity of goods that we have with where's my bed? That we have with normal vanilla Minecraft, so it's probably less of a problem. Right, I am going to, I think, I'm just going to do a little bit of basic storage and I'll be back in a while. We've got apples. I've just come down to get some water. This is, how do you put it? Slow going. Deciding how to, you know what storage rooms are like. They're pretty difficult. They're pretty awkward things to work out at the best of times when you have a fairly limited inventory of goods to deal with in the first place. Complicate that with TFC's, you know, multitude of rocks and blocks and building materials, and it is a little bit more complex. I think it's probably about the fairest thing you could say about it. I suppose I ought to go and check the other apple trees, didn't I? Because there's another one up here. And before long, yes, I'm good call me. Before long, we are going to take this section out here, this across here. We're going to level this off, bring this level, and we shall get the orchard planted all around here. I haven't forgotten it. It's like so many things. There's more things to do than you have time to actually do. As is often the case in TFC, as I've observed before, especially if you were comparing the efforts that goes into TFC farming with the fact that, you know, back in the day it would have been teams of farmers. They would have had many workers on the farms, not ones and twos like we do in TFC. Now, that it is very true to say that those teams, you know, farms are managed by one or two people these days, but those one or two people also have tractors and such things. I'm thinking I'm going to take a lot of this away as well. We're going to have our orchard is going to be fairly extensive up here once we've finished terraforming, but we're getting there. Steady. I've not put this entry thing in here either yet. That needs doing. I also want to do something with this yard area, because at the moment it's, yeah, you know, it's kind of meh. But this is, after doing all of that, I managed to get rid of a barrel. These are starting to definitely look, if I were to just bring that up there, for example, and start pulling this stuff out here, in fact all the way around, keep the chisel. Yeah, if I were to start pulling stuff from here and bringing it down, we should start to see many of these chests starting to vanish slowly over time. And of course that is the idea, isn't it, is to reduce the number of chests we've got, reduce the number of storage compartments we've got, and get this area down to a manageable. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this once it's empty, to be honest. Suggestions on a postcard, please. But that gives me another 2, which combine those with let's go and find some there we go, that will do me. So we take you plus that. Oh, boom, I haven't got sticks, have I? Sticks, there we go. Okay, that plus those gives me sticks, and that will give me those, which will go in there, which gives me 2 more of those, which come over here and allows me to replace these 2 here. Now, the only thing I've kind of realized is I've also got, as well as I've stopped storing these for starters, and I've started storing these because we can always break this back down, but we also have brick, we have smooth stone, we have the normal stuff. These, I'm beginning to wonder whether we really need these at all, and I'm not 100% certain on the answer for that one, but yeah, we're getting there steadily. So that was, what was that? That was granite. I think I've got some granite blocks somewhere or other. Didn't I? Did I put those down there? Yes, I did. There we go. Smooth granite. But then we've also got some smooth firelight, in here, which is kind of random noise, because that's about all we've got in those. Now, the sands are going to be a pain as well, because we have all this different sand. I suppose the obvious thing to do is convert the sand into glass, because we don't really, we use it for binding and we use it for coke ovens. We use it for quite a bit actually, don't we? Yeah, you see the dilemma we're in. Some smooth marble there. I think one of these that's rock salt. That one should be marble. Yep, there we go. But what we're going to do, I think, for now, is we're going to take you out of the way, because you do not belong in here. we'll put this in here along with the where should we pop this? Down here perhaps, like that, and then we can get a water barrel can go there. Unseal. Excellent. Anyway, I think on that note we're going to call it an episode until next time. I'm going to have a think about these the storage. I may actually go on a road trip before we continue with this, because A, I'm prepared for it, and B, I want to, and C, I'd like to go and get this look for those diamonds that we spotted last well, while we were out. I could have sworn I had another thing of apples, didn't I? Did I just go and stuff them in here? But I did. Yeah, so I think what we would do is take some tools with us and head out and maybe see whether we can A, find a few more interesting things, and also gives everybody a chance to reply to the questions I've given this one, because one of the problems with recording ahead as I do is that it's often difficult to keep tabs of what's what, so you know, of what people are suggesting. So yeah, that obviously needs to be taken into account. This system is going to be interesting. It's going to be very difficult to manage, I suspect, but until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon, and bye for now.